Good afternoon. My name is Marjorie Lyons, and I'm the volunteer state president of AARP Oklahoma. And I have with me today Joanne Vermillion of McAllister, Oklahoma, and member of the AARP Oklahoma Executive Council. And I'm really excited about what I'm here to talk with you about today, because these are one of the many ways that AARP always listens to the 50-plus population. So we're here today to release findings from a new survey commissioned by AARP titled Voices of 50-Plus Oklahoman, Dreams and Challenges. AARP has a very strong commitment to help improve the lives of the 50-plus population. And the purpose of this survey is to better gather information on the needs, the interests, and the concerns of the 50-plus Oklahomans. These random digital dial telephone surveys of 400 people, 50-plus adults in Oklahoma, were fielded between January the 2nd and January the 31st. First, I would like to discuss the top challenge facing the 50-plus population in Oklahoma. The survey reveals that more than half of the adults, 95%, say that healthcare issues are the top problems or challenges facing midlife and older adults. This includes the cost of healthcare and staying healthy. Specifically, 89% of those surveyed say receiving Medicare and Social Security when needed is extremely important. 87% of those surveyed said having adequate health insurance is extremely important. Conversely, only 29% of those surveyed said they feel like they have everything they need when it comes to receiving Social Security and Medicare. And only 34% say they have everything they need to stay healthy. I think it's very clear that older Oklahomans have a lot of worries concerning the future of Social Security and Medicare, and it's a very strong signal to our lawmakers that these are issues that the 50-plus population expect them to address. Now I'd like Joanne to discuss findings in the economic issues.
I want to spend just a minute or two highlighting some of those things that the 50-plus population told our survey were important to them as far as economic issues. First, I want to note that 1/4 of those surveyed cite economic issues as their major challenge. Specifically, this includes money for retirement, enough money for retirement, and unemployment issues. Now, I don't know too many 50-plus people in Oklahoma that aren't concerned about having enough money for retirement. There are also some key findings that I found very interesting. In fact, they were almost surprising to me. 71% of those surveyed, or 284 individuals, are worried about identity theft. 64% of those surveyed are concerned about unfair or deceptive practices, and 58% were worried about online safety and security. Over and over, we see Oklahomans being victims, and especially those over 50, being victims of schemes and fraud. And I think this survey shows that definitely those who were being surveyed had this on their minds. I want to call particular attention also to the utilities concern that older Oklahomans have. 49% of those polled said that paying their monthly utility bill was a real problem. Let me repeat, that's 49%, or just under 200 of the 400 who responded said they had trouble making payments on their monthly utility bills. I think this is a startling statistic. And I think it speaks to the fact that older Oklahomans are having problems many times with making ends meet. Now, switching gears and changing focus a little bit, let's discuss long-term care. 50-plus Oklahomans, of those surveyed, 400, remember, were surveyed, 92%, or 368, said that it is important to take local, community, and home-based long-term services to keep those in mind. And that includes things like adult daycare, it includes home health care, it includes personal care, and it also includes transportation. And all of these issues help Oklahomans be able to stay in their homes. And they, of those that were surveyed, the ones, if it came to the point where they could not stay in their homes, could not do without extended care, over 50% of those people wanted that care to be in their home. This tells us that as AARP Oklahoma, we need to continue to fight to find home funding for home and community-based services to the elderly. Particularly the baby boomers, with their retirement coming up, it'll be critical for us to expand long-term care and other options that will allow people to remain in their homes. Another statistic, almost all of those surveyed, 95%, or 380 people, said it was important for the state to protect funding for home care services that allow people to stay in their own homes. And we hear from older Oklahomans every day that they want to remain in their homes as long as they can. Marjorie?
Thank you, Joanne. Finally, we asked the respondents to think about what's next in their life. These are the kind of things that you dream about doing. They're your bucket list. They're the things you always wanted to do and you never got around to do them. Or they are things that you've done in the past and you definitely want to continue doing them. When we asked what's the one thing that they would like most to do, 44% they want to spend time traveling, while 17% said they want to pursue their hobbies and their interests. Being with family and friends are what many people dream about, with 11% saying they want to see their children and their grandchildren happy and to be part of their lives, and they want to be close and do activities with families and friends. And I can tell you, this is one retired person that's what I want. Faith, staying healthy, and careers are mentioned by 7% each. The bottom line here is that we are no longer just aging, we are living, we are taking our next step. This survey and the accompanying results illustrate the real issues, attitudes, and dreams facing older Oklahomans. And many of these areas, particularly in the health and long-term care, AARP is already working with their legislators and their state and federal legislators. Now you can get a link to this full survey online at www.aarp.org/OK. I'd like